Hey guys, it's Gawain, and today we're going to be taking a look at the best entry fragger on attack right now, Iana. Iana? We'll just stick with Iana. Iana is a 2-speed, 2-armor attack operator that specializes in intel gathering and fragging. Iana has access to 2 powerful primary weapons, the best secondary gadget on attack, all alongside a valuable intel gathering tool. Good Iana players will locate the enemy with their primary gadget and swing them hard to pick up kills. Let's learn how to play her. Iana is equipped with her danger dummy, of which she gets 1 on a maximum cooldown of 20 seconds. This is an exact replica of the character model and loadout of Iana you are using that you can take control of. You become a clone of yourself that moves around like you usually do, but you can't shoot, melee, use gadgets, or interact with anything. You are strictly a spectator when controlling your dummy. Your danger dummy lasts for 15 seconds total unless it gets shot out. As aforementioned, the cooldown is 20 seconds if the clone gets shot out, however if the timer runs out then the cooldown is 15 seconds. If you manually cancel the dummy, the cooldown is reduced to 8 seconds. When controlling the hologram, your actual player model will be stuck in the spot you activated your ability in, so make sure to hide it in a safe spot before cloning yourself. You can't activate your dummy when prone, but you can when stood or crouched on a flat surface. Uneven surfaces such as stairs or chalet balconies where there's lots of snow heaps won't allow you to deploy your gadget. You'll know if you can't deploy your gadget as a red symbol will appear on screen indicating that you can't activate it there. As you can move around, vault and lean when controlling this clone, you can fake out the enemy by acting as though you are the real Iana, baiting the enemy into shooting your direction and giving away their position. If they don't immediately shoot your clone, try your best to ping them with the yellow ping feature so that you know where to swing after your gadget goes on cooldown. You can also use your clone to scout out any traps or cameras in the immediate area you're going to push into and ping them so you know where they are in relation to the real you. I like to use my danger dummy instead of my drones because it's a lot quicker and it's replenishable, so use it freely as there isn't going to be a time where you wish you had your clone but it was on cooldown really. Even if you do want to use your Gemini replicator and it's on cooldown, that's when you use your drones, so you're never without an intel gathering tool. I like to use the replicator whenever I'm uncertain of what's in a room as it only takes a few seconds to hide, pull out your dummy, run into the next room and see what's there. Iana's gadget is very simple, so don't shy away from using it. My best tip is act like you are the real Iana because whilst activating your danger dummy creates a unique sound effect, if the enemies don't hear it, they won't be able to tell you're the real Iana if you act cautious still. Just note that you won't set off any traps as the clone, so turn around and look above doorways to spot any traps, especially if you're entering sight. Iana's primary weapon options are the G36C assault rifle or the ARX200 assault rifle. Her secondary weapon is the Mark 9mm as there are no other options available. I personally run the G36C paired with the Mark 9mm of course. The G36C is a very reliable assault rifle as it has an average fire rate of 780 rounds per minute, paired with a mediocre damage stat of 38. It's got virtually no recoil, so you can run whatever attachments you want on it. I personally run the vertical grip paired with the flash hider to make this thing even more of a laser beam. You've got access to the 1.5 times scope as well on the G36, so this gun pretty much has everything you could ever ask for, including the black ice skin for me. Due to it having pretty even stats across the board and low recoil, it's very easy to learn how to use and start shredding opponents with. As for the ARX200, it's one of my favourite assault rifles with a high damage stat and a slightly lower fire rate than the G36. The biggest downside to this gun on Iana is the lack of zoom optics as you only have access to 1-time scopes on the ARX. It's also got virtually no recoil so you can get away with any attachments on it too. The only reason the G36 is so popular on Iana is the 1.5 times scope, so if you want to run the ARX then go for it. The Mark 9mm is pretty standard for a pistol, average semi-automatic fire rate paired with a good damage stat and decent iron sights, decent to swap to if you run out of bullets in your primary weapon. It was also my first black ice. And my second one too. In terms of secondary gadgets, Iana gets access to 2 frag grenades or 2 smoke grenades. My recommendation is going to be pretty obvious. Go with the frag grenades. As I'm sure you all know, these are the best attacker secondary gadget by far. You can destroy bulletproof utility with them, but more importantly you can kill people with them by either lining up a good nade to land at their feet or through a soft floor. Iana's a very popular operator to go below and grenade people out from below because she can use her clone to find the people sat in sight. I personally don't know how to do this as I've honestly never tried, but you can master it and then you'll get even more value out of this incredible secondary gadget. The smoke grenades are also good, perhaps my favourite attacker secondary gadget, but they are simply outclassed by the frag grenades. Whilst you can block off sight lines and cover your teammates whilst planting, your job as Iana is to frag the hell out, and the frag grenades literally have frag in their name. Your priority in the prep phase is to find the bomb site and set up a flank cam because as Iana you have near infinite intel potential in the action phase. Setting up a flank cam to watch an area around or behind where you and your team are planning to push from means a support operator can use both of their drones in the action phase to drone you in after you use your clone to get some kills. They can do this whilst occasionally flicking onto your flank cam to watch their own back. Just pick a spot and hope that a potential solace doesn't see your drone and kill it. To kick off the action phase, use your clone or a drone to look around the room you are going to enter and the rooms adjacent to it. Try to choose a separate entrance to the rest of your team and make your way to them when inside the building to gain more map control quicker and pick off any roamers that may show themselves or that you saw on your observation tool. When your team has opened main breach or is about to push into site through another entrance, use your clone to find enemies and then use your frag grenades to try and pick them off or clear their bulletproof utility like deployable shields. Then use your clone again when it's off cooldown to find where the defenders potentially reposition to. Hopefully a teammate playing a support op will drone you in a bit more and make callouts whilst you go into sight and take gunfights. If all goes well, you'll kill everyone in sight and your team can just plant, so hold an angle and wait to kill the remaining defenders in the post plant to win the round. Iana has a few counters: Mute, Vigil, Maestro, Bandit, Cade, bulletproof cameras, observation blockers, and bullets. Mute can jam Iana's clones by either not allowing Iana to deploy them or just cutting the signal when you're controlling your drone. To prevent this, try to shoot out the mute jammers as best as possible before droning. Vigil can cloak himself from your clones, meaning you cannot see him, so you may miss him when droning if his cloak is activated, making you vulnerable to him hiding and moving around the map still. There isn't anything you can do about this. Maestro's turrets can zap Iana clones and destroy them for free pretty much, so the only thing you can do about them is use your frag grenades to get rid of them. Bulletproof cameras are similar to Maestro cams as they can use their EMP burst to kill your clone for free as well. Try to shoot out the soft spot on the side if you can, if not you'll have to use your frag grenades. Bandit and Cade can electrify barbed wire, which will destroy Iana's dummies if they come in contact. To prevent this, either shoot the Bandit battery or Cade claw out, or destroy the barbed wire. Observation blockers create a grey wall that you can only see when on a drone or controlling your clone, so a defender can shoot out your clone without you knowing exactly where they are positioned. To prevent this, shoot out the observation blocker before using your clone, but this could leave you a bit exposed to getting shot, so be careful. Bullets will destroy your Gemini replications in one shot, but you will absorb that one bullet. There's nothing you can do about this apart from positioning your clone better to not get shot, but getting it shot still provides you intel, so it's not that big of a counter. Explosives will also destroy your clone, but who the hell is using a nitro still on a Iana clone? Don't worry about explosives. Check for traps and attackers hiding in rooms you're pushing into with your clone quickly so you can run straight through without worrying about taking damage or dying. Use the G36C for a very reliable assault rifle that's very easy to learn how to use and won't let you down. Drone your teammates in with your clone as they can use it as bait and swing on the defender that shoots it out. Use the frag grenades for easy kills and easy bulletproof utility clear too. Use your danger dummy as often as you can because it provides a hell of a lot of information which makes it a lot easier for you to win games when you react upon said information. Overall, Iana is an easy operator to play in my opinion because of her straightforward gadget, guns, and secondary gadgets. Knowing how to gather information efficiently and effectively is the only real learning curve to Iana. Learn how to keep your danger dummies alive for as long as possible, how to use your frag grenades effectively, and you are sure to become a pretty decent Iana player. Thank you all for watching, I do hope you enjoyed. If you found this guide helpful in any way, shape or form, please do consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends, as it does help grow the channel, which is very much appreciated. As always, all of the clips in this video were taken from my Twitch stream, link will be on screen and in the description. Bandit will be next for the Siege series, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.